when I went around, it sounded like people were pretty comfortable with it. Sorry, I didn't get to that side of the room, but everybody seemed to be good. I wanted to make one comment. There was a question about pets. What would we do if someone refused to leave their pet? Because we're part of a bigger system, we're one department, we're one responding department within the city of Ottawa. So the EOC, if they're starting to hear situations where people will not leave because of pets, we can contact our partners through the EOC, and then they can activate the SPCA or whoever it takes to deal with that situation, and maybe perhaps move the pet into a shelter or something like that. But we don't personally need to deal with pets, but we can refer the issue to our partners, and they should be able to deal with them. And yesterday we were at a session and they were talking about livestock. What about these farmers when they have no electricity? And in the past, someone was saying that the city responded by bringing a generator out to a farm who needed electricity to milk their cows. So there are ways to deal with situations, and we have a network to work with. So that's why we report up. It goes to the EOC. Other partners can help work out the situation. There's one curious thing that I've never seen before in this bin that Jill was going to show you, but then I told her we didn't have time. But this is a locked bag. This is for your documents to lock them up. Now, HBHC, apparently you guys know all about this, but I've never seen this before. So it's a secure bag, it's got a lock. The combination is taped to the inside of the bin. And apparently there's a little blue tab that you attach to the side, and if for some reason that tab's not there, it indicates somebody has tampered with your documents. So it's just to show you that everything's secure. So who knew? There are like ear thermometers and whatnot in the bin, and if you're not familiar with that piece of equipment, have a look now.
Okay, I just have a couple of quick little things to mention that have sort of been tweaked by some of your questions. As the accessibility coordinator, wearing a different hat here, if somebody has a service animal, cannot say no, they have access for that, and that could be for PTSD, it could be for sight, as long as it's a designated service animal. We also have confidentiality. Now, we talked about the lockbox. When you're filling out the IMS forms, don't use personal identifying information, because those forms they can ask for a copy of that form in the Incident Command Center and in the EOC to document what the activity was. The health risk assessment form, that gets locked, that is our form. As nurses, that gets locked up, and that only gets shared with health people within the circle of care. So Parks, Rec, and Culture, they're part of the team, but they're not part of the circle of care. So you have to make that distinction. And our health records do not get shared outside of that circle. Okay, personal readiness. This is, I keep coming across people who don't know some of the items that we've been trying to push out ever since, for the last 15 years here. But are you ready? So we did there was an article in the Nurses Corner in last month's Synergy in May about life of a personal preparedness nurse. And the first part of it is the nurse who's not ready, and the second part is the nurse is ready, and you can see which part of that you identify with. It's all about having your BlackBerry charged, your hand crank radio, your, so that you can find, information is crucial, so that you'll be able to find out, listen to the radio. If there's no TV, the cell phone towers are down, even your BlackBerry doesn't work, the bigger the response, the bigger the emergency, the more likely it's going to be that you will not be able to use your BlackBerry. BlackBerries are better than other cell phones, and EBM is probably the most robust, but it could be that you will not be able to use any of that. So your hand crank radio is going to be vital for you. So we all know that we've got parents, we've got kids, that we have to make sure that we're going to be able to respond, that we've made preparations for that next. So professional readiness. So we do have the health emergency, OPH emergency preparedness resource page on Ozone, where you can find all the plans. Having what you need to have with you at all times. I have an iron key, and I've got all the contact information, all the plans, everything I could possibly need, and it's always with me 24/7 wherever I am. It's also got my copies of my prescriptions and everything else I might need in case I never get home again because it's been blown up by a gas explosion. So the modules, we're actually in the process of reviewing and updating, because you know all our materials have to be reviewed annually. And but you will find all of these programs and resources there. This training that you're receiving this morning is part of this sort of revision of training that people are supposed to have. And we mentioned the IPAC, we mentioned CPR. There are regular training modules and programs that you are supposed to keep fit tested. These are the things that you need to be day one ready if something happens. Next. And there's also policies and procedures of what your obligations, what management's obligations are in emergency preparedness and being prepared. And evacuation. The city is now coming up with some new plans on secure building and lockdown as a result of what happened on the Hill. So as soon as these plans are ready, they'll be posted, and you will know them and be taught them. Next. And these are, again, some of the related programs and standards that we have to take into account. And as soon as we get up to date with the ability to give medications, which, as I said, a nurse's role in giving medications and prescribing is under revision right now as we speak. But right now, current, what is in place, we will make sure that you are aware of it. And this is the link. You go to Ozone under my department, and on the right-hand side, it'll be OPH, Emergency Preparedness Resources. And so we've got a couple of videos there on preparedness, tried to put everything that you could possibly need in that one spot. But the idea, excuse me, is to know it and have it before, as long as we know so it's available. Because in a crisis, it might not be.
So just to wrap up, so hopefully following this session, you feel more comfortable with your role in conducting health risk assessments so that we can fulfill our responsibilities for this function within the city and OPH emergency plan. And as Jill was saying, that you are personally and professionally prepared to respond in an emergency. You never know when you're going to be tapped on the shoulder and are the one that's going to need to show up at that site. So just to finish, there is a quiz in your package. I would like you to complete that quiz and send an email to us with the answers to the quiz, just so that we can document that you completed this course and that you finished your quiz. We have an email address. It's called OPH Emergency Planning Team. And so you can just send an email saying, here's my answers. And it'd take you 1 minute just to send us that email, and then we'll document that you've done your quiz. The second thing is that you can either fill out the hard copy evaluation today, but we're all going to send all of you a fluid survey as well. So if you prefer to do it later, you can do that. I'll also follow this presentation with an email with this file of the presentation and anything further that I learn about some of your questions today. And again, we're going to be posting this information on Ozone to update some of the presentation files to make sure that everything on Ozone matches what we talked about today. So just to conclude, does anyone have any final comments, questions? And again, we're here we have a few more minutes before the next presentation. You're welcome to come and peruse the bins, see what's in there. And so, any questions before we wrap up? Very good. Thanks very much for coming today. And we're only an email or a call